Hey, my name is Kudunsan and my number matrix is 08 DPI20F1020. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liao Xiaohui. Number matrix is 08 DPI20F1007.
Hi, my name is Kaila Shapati, Alalaki Bupati, and my number matrix is 08 DPI 20F1012. Hi, today me and my friends are going to talk about how open market operation measures inflation.
What is open market? An open market is an economic system with little to no barrier to free market activity. An open market may have competitive barrier to entry, but never any regulatory barrier to entry.
Okay, now definition of inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is a sustained and upward movement of the overall price level of goods and services in the market economy. When a unit of currency depreciates in value, so does its purchasing power, as it takes more up currency units to buy the same amount of goods and services than it did in the past. Next, how does inflation works? Inflation can occur when prices rises due to increases in production costs, such as raw materials and wages. A surge in demand for products and services can cause inflation, as customers are willing to pay more or double the price for the product. Now I'll be explaining about advantages of inflation. The first one is moderate inflation enables the economic growth. Second one is moderate inflation allows the adjustment of real wages. Third one is moderate inflation allows the adjustment of prices. Now I'll be explaining about these advantages of inflation. Firstly, it creates uncertainty and lower investment. Second is high inflation can often lead to less stability and lesser growth. Thirdly is it reduces international competitiveness.
Definition of open market operation. Open market operation is an activity by a central to give or take liquidity in a currency to or from a bank or a group of a bank. There are two types of open market operation, which is expansionary open market operation and contractionary open market operation.
What is the definition of contractionary open market operation?
The definitions for contractionary open market operation is the central bank sells government security and short-term bonds in the open market. Thank you. It's the definitions for interest rate. Interest rate is the amount of money charged by the lender to a borrower on top of using a amount of asset. So on top of this, a borrower want to lend an amount of money from a lender. For the lender will look on the borrower risk. If you are a high risk borrower, the lender will charge a higher interest rate in order to avoid from anything happen. If you are a low risk borrower, people will give you a low interest rate in order to have large capitals from the borrowing of amount. So for one person, the profile is very important in order to have a best loan. Yeah.
How does the contractionary open market operation reach to the market and interest rate? Contractionary open market operation will slow down inflation or correct outer distortion in the economy, and it can also decrease money supply. A decrease in monetary supply will cause interest rate increase, so the consumption and investment spending will fall. Absolutely, aggregate demand will decrease. A decrease in aggregate demand will cause the real GDP fall.
How does the contractionary open market operation react to the market, and how does it solve the problem of inflation? So most of the time the FED will reduce the price of the bonds and increase the interest rate in order to promote the citizen to save more money in the bank and reduce the spending power of them. Because they save money in the bank, they will have higher interest rate paid, and this will benefit them. So for this case, in the market, the flow of money will be lesser and lesser, and I think the price of the consumer goods will reduce, and this will combat for the inflation. I am here to represent my groups to thank Macroeconomics subjects for giving us the chance to investigate and learning more about the topics of how does the open market operations measures inflation. So I'm here to say that the FED stands a very important role in measuring or controlling the market and the economic growth or recession. So as we can see from these current issues or from the news or economic forum, we can see that now many news is reporting about the inflation and the interest rate. So as we can see, there is too much hot monies in the stock markets, and many stock is trading in a super high phase and super overvalued phase, and this, the more we can see that most of the economics, they jump out and they say that maybe this is the time for us to increase the interest rate in order to reduce the flow of money and reduce the problems of inflation. Thank you.
Okay, lastly is QE, which is known as quantitative easing, is actually one of the main factors that causes inflation. Quantitative easing is a form of conventionally monetary policy in which central bank purchases longer term securities from the open market to increase the money supply and also encourages lending and investment.